At the end of the week, the snow cone truck came to school. Many of the kids rushed out to buy one. Gavin was standing in line for his snow cone and noticed a kid with special needs standing alone. He had an idea. He went over to Mrs. Spring and asked if he could use his snow cone money to buy the other kid a snow cone. Mrs. Spring smiled and told him that it would absolutely be okay. That is definitely a coffee bean thing to do, she told him. Gavin was a little nervous about meeting a new kid, but he went over to the boy to introduce himself. Before he could say a word, the boy smiled and stuck out his hand. Hi, my name is Michael, he said. What's your name? This was easier than Gavin thought. Michael was really friendly. Gavin shook Michael's hand. I'm Gavin, he replied. Do you want a snow cone? Michael kept smiling and nodded his head up and down. I love snow cones, he said. Gavin and Michael walked over to the snow cone truck to buy Michael a snow cone. Gavin didn't get to eat a snow cone because he only had enough money for one. But the best treat of all was watching how happy Michael was eating his snow cone. Wow, Gavin thought to himself, being a coffee bean feels good. A few days later, Gavin was at lunch, sitting quietly by himself like he always did. But even though no one else sat with him, he was not sad. In fact, he was smiling, just like Mrs. Spring told him to do. As he was opening his lunch kit, he noticed a girl standing next to him. Hi, I'm Clara. Do you want to sit with my friends and me? She asked. Gavin couldn't believe it. Clara was one of the smartest and prettiest girls in fourth grade. They were in Mrs. Spring's class together, but they had never talked to each other. Now she was asking him to sit with her. Sure, he said. Clara walked with Gavin to the table where she ate with her friends. She introduced Gavin to each one of them. Gavin, these are my friends, Peter, Maya, and Priya. Everybody, this is Gavin. Everyone smiled and said hello. As soon as Gavin sat down, all the kids took turns talking to him. He barely had a chance to eat his lunch because there was so much conversation. Gavin could not believe his luck. Until today, he had no friends. Now he had a table full of new friends. When the table got quiet, he asked Clara, why is everybody being so nice to me? All the kids at the table looked at Clara. She smiled and said, we noticed you've been smiling a lot and looking for ways to help others. Like the other day when you bought Michael a snow cone. That was very kind. My mother tells me all the time that being kind is the best thing you can be and that it's a choice. We are always looking for other kind kids to be our friends. Gavin knew he made his new friends because of his choice to be a coffee bean. I'm a coffee bean, he said. It sounds like you are all coffee beans too. The kids looked confused, so Clara and Gavin asked Gavin what it meant to be a coffee bean. Gavin told everyone at the table about the lesson Mrs. Spring taught him, about the carrot, the egg, and the coffee bean, and about how being a coffee bean would attract other coffee beans and create positivity.